cause I'm doing me. Still shine with no jewelry. I would rather have the unity. It's gonna be you if it's you and me. No tears in my mama eyes. Got a team full of ride or dies. Hail Mary, nigga, rockabye. Rockabye, all eyes on me. Made it out the hood, I'm so grateful. Never know what talent gon' take it. Jealous niggas never made a breakthrough. That's why they watch it so hateful. All eyes on me. They say the top is so lonely.
The only thing that made sense was the music.
Too many egos.
It wasn't even ego. It was just
egos.
we ain't know shit, and we learning this on the fly. Like there's no mentor, there's no big homie, there's no
And everybody
OG.
learns differently.
Everybody moves differently, and so you got all this happening. And it's like it's just this fucking goddamn cocktail of disaster.
Yeah, and you don't have those conversations like we talk to, particularly with groups, it makes it, I think it's hard for a lot of groups to stay together because you don't understand that, like how you were saying earlier about, people say, I'm gonna use this rap shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's inherently a bad thing. I just think you have to have those conversations about it. So say if we're a group and I know Pooh is, okay, I rap, but like I really want to chef. Like that's really my passion. I want to cook, nigga. That's what I'm on. Mm-hmm. You can have that conversation and say, okay, look, well, check it out, bro. We can use LB as the platform for you to do your cooking thing. If you're into fashion, if you want to get into movies, we can use this as a platform to get into whatever it is you want to do. We just all have to have that understanding. Exactly.
But you got to have those conversations.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Which we didn't.
Yeah, because we didn't even know how to, it's just, oh shit, like people like this? Okay, fuck it, let's go. Like it was.
Yeah, we got to do more.
Yeah, that was it.
So y'all got y'all deal and y'all signed to that independent label and y'all go on y'all first tour. What was that like? That first tour.
Hold on, which first tour we talking about?
Yeah, I guess
The 2 week tour
the High Road tour.
The High Road tour.
The High Road tour where
The High Road tour.
y'all had to share rooms and all that.
Man, that shit was. It was a masterclass in touring, but it was complete fucking chaos.
Shout out to High Road, man. Like those were our big brothers. Like they really taught us.
They gave
game.
us the blueprint to how we toured. They taught us about merch. They taught us about not taking a lot of days off with how much that cost you. They taught us about professionalism on stage. So we learned a hell of a lot from them.
See, these are the kind of bonding moments you figure would bring a group closer together and kind of you learn each other because you're in the trenches with each other and you.
No.
This is what you.
If you really want to know who somebody is,
live with them,
or tour with them.
You can't hide.
That's the same.
You can't hide.
So I think what it did for us was it allowed us to be sitting here with you today.
Okay.
That's what that did for us. That bond, even though we had our shit and we separated, that bond allowed us to eventually come back together and be here today.
Yeah, because it's like war. It's like you like using the foxhole with somebody, and like those are memories that you have that no one else is gonna understand. I mean, that you talk about that first tour. I mean, dude, we were, and again, we talk about it in the doc, but like, I mean, it was us. It was Pimpin' Lee. You know what I'm saying?
Lee.
This guy Pimpin' Lee, who's a real pimp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real life. You know what I mean? Not for play with it. You know what I mean? Shouts to Pimpin' Lee. Late Night Billy was this white dude that was like crazy, just wild as shit. He would sell merch. You know what I mean? And Encore, who was an artist on High Road at the time. Z-Man, who was another artist. And then ID, who was the guy that signed us to ABB.
But now he was working.
He left ABB and went to High Road. Yeah. So we're just all on this fucking RV driving through the date was the whole tour was, it was like 40 cities in 50 days. You know what I mean?
It was 45 cities in 50 days.
Yeah, 45. My bad.
45.
Let's put it all on it. 45 cities in 50 days. And High Road.
These are venues.
These are venues. This is real life.
Differences.
Real life.
This ain't virtual. This ain't a Zoom.
And it was 10 day off, then like 30 or 32 straight, then like day off. That's where our tour ended because our RV broke down.
Oh
Wow.
We didn't even finish the tour. Like,
our shit broke down.
yeah, we broke down on the way to Chico.
How long was the tour?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
You gotta cover all that territory. In 6
Yeah,
weeks.
man. But that was, man, again, that was Hyro, man. They really were the blueprint in a lot of ways because they showed us, like, dog, I remember Domino, who was like the kind of guy that ran the thing. I remember Dom getting on the bus with a briefcase, like full of money, like merch money, like, you know, 6 figures in merch, just in merch, you know what I mean? And they were just such a machine. And I remember talking to him and I was like, man, well, why don't you take no days off? Like, y'all got all these days. And he was like, yo, man, like, if you taking a day off, you spending money. You losing money. He's like, because every time you take a day off, niggas still got to eat. They still got to sleep somewhere. You still got to, you know, you still have those expenses. You still got to pay the bus driver.
Right.
And so it really gave us an idea of just the economics of like, okay, this is what this takes to make this go. And Hyro at the time, they didn't have a record on the radio. They didn't have a record, you know, that was going up, whatever.
Didn't have a record deal.
Did not have a record deal, but they was eating. And
Right.
I think that was something that when I look back on it now, 20 years after the fact, I think it was really just something that really was a blueprint for us. And we didn't understand exactly what we were learning, but now it was like, yeah, that was the spark of just seeing how you can move.
They couldn't navigate you fellas through the issues that were coming.
It wasn't that type of relationship.
I see.
It was on their own time.
Just a working relationship.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I mean, it was love. It wasn't.
It's all love.
Yeah,
Even
of
to
course.
this day, it's all love whenever we see him. But it wasn't. We didn't have that type of
A
relationship.
mentor-mentee.
Yeah,
relationship.
we didn't.
and because and even too, it's like again, it was only so much they can do because they were coming off of a major label. Well, they had been off a major label, but they had, you know, 93 Till Infinity, which was like a huge
Classic
hit
record.
record,
Yeah, yeah.
classic record.
Yeah.
So they kind of had that anchor that they could, you know, work off of. And we were just coming into the game just with nothing. So it was different.
How come Ninth wasn't a part of that tour? Or was he a part of that tour? And
Man, they gotta watch the documentary. Get all that. they got to tune in. We can't give them all the sauce,
Yeah,
man.
we talked. I mean, we
man.
talked about it in the doc, but yeah, I mean, we talked about it in the doc, but yeah, I mean, that was a decision that we made, but it's in the documentary. They can go into it, talk about it.
Are things cool now?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I speak for me, but yeah, everything I had to say in the doc regarding all of us, I said I let it go. I've understood that, the main thing we wanted to make sure that people got out of this doc was that it was never the fault of one person. Like we all played
You
our
said
fault.
that before.
You know what I mean? It was, and we really wanted to make something that was beautiful and honest, and above all else, we wanted to make a film that honors the music. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You don't want to make something, the last thing you want to do is make something that has people walking out like, damn, man, that's fucked up. Like, I don't even want to listen to this shit no more. Like, nah, like, we actually own the rights to that. Nigga, I want you to listen to it a lot.
a lot.
You know what I mean? Like, so nah, man. I don't have any like anger or ill will or none of that. I'm just thankful that we were able to make the music that we wanted to make and make the impact that we did, and everybody's flourishing, doing the things they love to do.
What was your accountability in this? Like now that you're on the removed from it, and you can look at it. I'm gonna swing right over to you with the same question.
You start off with it.
Yeah, my accountability.
Bust down rolling for the hell of it. It's my time to shine, spotlights is my element. Fuck a plain Jane, don't insult my intelligence. I don't plan on selling it, so I don't see the relevance. You niggas having pawn shop nightmares. I'm light years ahead of niggas, even on a light year. Don Perignon stain the laces of my night ears. Born poor, but I'ma die rich, nigga, life's fair.